If you've been looking for ways to stay on top of your memory game, our next guest has some tips and tricks for you. Joining us now is Guinness World Record holder for greatest memory, Dave Farrow. Thanks so much for coming in today, Dave.
Glad I remembered to show up.
I'm so glad you remembered too. Okay, so we got to get into this. How did you become the Guinness World Record for the best memory?
Yeah, it's a weird thing, isn't it? Yeah.
It's kind of random, but that's the Guinness thing.
So I was diagnosed with ADHD and dyslexia when I was 14. That's kind of old by today's standards, but I'm an older guy, so back then it was actually quite young, and it was real. I know everybody says they have ADD nowadays, but it is really a challenge, especially academically. So I turned to brain training to try to overcome this instead of medication in my case, and I became obsessed with how the brain works, and I ended up coming up with and inventing new techniques, and that led me to the Guinness Book of Records and teaching memory training around the world, and my latest book, Brain Hacker, is kind of opening up to all sorts of brain hacks.
That's right. You have an event coming up with regards to this book. Tell us about that.
Oh yeah, we have a great local event. There's 11 authors, so it's not just listening to me, and it ranges actually everything from psychological thrillers to children's books to my book, which is science-based brain hacks, and it's going to be taking place at the Ridge. It's over in West Seneca, 555 Orchard Park Road. We can find out more information, I'm sure, by going to the website.
Awesome. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so tell us a little bit about how you are self-proclaimed, by the way, amnesia, brain rot, and dementia. Oh, that's my self-rot. That's mine.
But I think everybody has that nowadays. I mean, when I was first doing this, I've been doing this for over 10 years now, and when it started, there was actually an effect called the Google effect, and we know that when smartphones came in, studies for memory showed that memories declined by about 30%. The reason phone numbers are 7 digits long is because the average person could hold a 7-digit number in their head.
Yeah, I don't know any numbers.
Now people can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Now the average is 5 or 6 digits. So our memory and our brain in general is becoming weaker, and the reason is we're not exercising it. Our smartphones are being smart, so we're being dumber.
Yeah.
But there is a great opportunity, though. If you actually use tools, like I'm not anti-AI or anti-technology by any means, but if you understand that relying on it as a crutch to be lazy makes your brain lazy or makes you dumber, makes you less successful, whatever you want, making money, all that other stuff, over time, then why not turn that around and use technology to try to learn new things, try to grow? Just doing a little bit of brain training every morning can dramatically reduce your risk for Alzheimer's, according to some studies, by as much as 50%. It cuts your risk in half.
Wow.
So your brain is really, really powerful. It really responds to brain training really well, but it has to be the right kind of brain training. Most of the apps and games don't work. It can't be repetitive. It has to be something unique that you're learning.
Okay, I know you have a little exercise you like to do. You can work on me, and I'm a great person because I, again, am self-proclaimed. I think I have early onset dementia, amnesia, whatever you want to call it, brain rot, all the things.
Okay, so first off, when do you find that you are the most forgetful? When does it happen? Is it at work or at home?
Well, yeah, everywhere. People come up to me. I remember faces. I never remember names.
Right.
And I don't know.
Okay, so what's usually going on with somebody, especially who works in the media, is you are essentially multitasking 24/7.
Yes.
And what I want you to do is change your mindset from trying to multitask, which it's impossible for your brain to do that. Change that to switching tasks.
Okay.
And it also has, like, I run 2 companies. I run a PR firm locally. I do real estate. I do a bunch of different stuff. So I work with a lot of people all day, every day too. And you have to actually train other people that you're focusing on this task right now. After a few minutes, then I can talk to you, and set aside some time. So one thing that you could do actually is, if you have a task like answering emails to do, right? Then what I want you to do is to sit down and in a focused way, do that for 5 or 6 minutes really intensely, and tell everybody that, like, when my door is closed, you don't bug me, and you focus on that task. You'd be surprised how much you get through in that short period of time. Then when that 5 or 6 minutes is up, then you can clear your head and you can have your meetings and you can talk to people. It's when you're trying to do both that you're overwhelming your mind, you become, anxiety pops up, all of those sorts of things, because your brain is trying to do what you want it to do, which is impossible. You're trying to focus focus on more than one thing at a time. Like there used to be this great mentalism trick. You ever see these old mentalists who they would do something like they would experience pain, like they'd have a truck drive over them, or they'd be like hit by a bowling ball or something like that, and you'd think, how can they handle this? The mental trick that they did to deal with pain was to simply, at the exact second the pain would hit, to think of something that they're very interested in. So these people are thinking of their hobbies, they're thinking of their loved ones, they're thinking at that exact moment when the bowling ball hits the stomach, like I don't know if anybody's seen old-timey mentalism shows, but they were pretty kind of entertaining.
Yeah.
But the reason that works is because the brain can only think of one thing at a time. You actually even block out pain.
Wow.
That's how powerful your brain wants to focus on one thing at a time. So when you try to violate that rule, you become super stressed, and it doesn't help anybody.
Great tip right there, and I'm sure there's plenty more in this book. Thank you so much for coming in and sharing more about it. Viewers, if you want to see these brain hacks for yourself and give them a try, you can find Dave at the Ridge West Seneca tonight with some other Buffalo authors. Thanks so much for coming in today.
Oh, it's a pleasure.